The Rugby League is proudly sponsored by Bridgestone and Westpac.
Welcome to test number 3 from the Sydney Football Stadium. Now, this test match carries valuable World Cup points, so Great Britain have plenty of incentive to try and break Australia's magnificent record of 15 wins on the trot against the arch-enemy. Also today, a win by the Aussies will bring the overall test tally to 49 wins each, with 4 games drawn. With me, as usual, Jack Gibson and Mick Cronin. Jack, the big question mark, this referee. Do you think he's going to be any better?
Well, there's 26 people on the paddock plus him, and he's the worst performer in previous tests. I doubt if he can get the job done, and let's hope he hasn't had a crash coaching course. If that's happening, he might as well be on Bondi Beach playing Frisbee, because it's not going to work.
Mick Cronin, Great Britain again struggling with injuries. Richard Ayres, a player in Canberra on Tuesday, showed us a bit, but unfortunately he's out with a knee injury, so they really are struggling.
Well, it's been the history of the tour so far. They've had plenty of good players injured and a few sent back to England. But anything I know about today's games, they come out to concentrate on playing football, with their defence concentrating on technique instead of trying to maim. And with their attack, I just hope they back up the ball carrier, which in the previous games have tended to go one out.
Well, thanks, Mick. So there you have it, an important match, let's hope, played in the tradition of past Australia-Great Britain test matches. We'll be back right after the break.
Who can you bank on when you want something new? Is it only a dream, or will it come true? Who can you bank on when you have to be strong? Who'll make it right if you get it wrong? Who can you bank on who'll help you to sleep?
'Cause you know they won't let you get in too deep.
Who can you bank on for things that aren't planned?
Will they give you room
When you need to expand, who can you bank on? Who can you trust? You can bank on Westpac. You can bank on us. You can bank on us.
Don't like city driving. They're all mad down here.
No worries, sunshine. We've got steel cat tyres all round.
We're gonna die.
Not on steel cats, mate. Their tread pattern and sticky polymer compound work together to give a better grip than the Boston Strangler, wet or dry. And they last like they have 9 lives.
Best tyre under the sun, in the rain. For savings on motoring and holidays, join Bridgestone Top Cats.
Let Energizer surprise ya! Buy these 4 full of energy and we'll send you 4 more for free! Details on this special Energizer pack. Buy these 4 full of energy and we'll send you 4 more for free!
Over 80% of businesses start off well, then fail within the first 10 years, while others go through the roof. Is it the computer company they keep? Unisys. Better information, better decisions.
The Werewolf Awareness Hotline is now open. Phone this number. Be sure to watch for the werewolf on Channel 9.
The Australian side out on the field. Wally Lewis, the captain. Paul Vaughton is there. Let's have a look at the Australian card here. Now, the team pretty well intact from the first 2 tests. The one big change, Martin Bella, wearing number 8. Coach, of course, Don Furner. O'Connor getting set. The Great Britain side has been changed around, but the most important change is Paul Hume, number 9, the hooker, Hugh Waddell, number 10 in the front row, and Roy Powell wearing number 12, the coach, Malcolm Riley. The referee, Francis Duplat. Just about set here now for the 3rd and final encounter of the bicentennial test. There's the kickoff. Straight away, Gregory takes the ball. He gets it back to Stevenson. Bumped down with some big defence. Well, Jack, this referee, you've already mentioned him. What about Martin Bella's selection?
Well, his last game in the Queensland game was pretty good. It was in the state of origin, but his 2 previous club games, he's played more like Bella Star than Martin Bella. I thought it was very ordinary stuff.
Comments from Jack Gibson as Great Britain flick the ball back, but they get a penalty because Australia's offside. Well, Mick Cronin, this Great Britain side have got nothing to lose today. How do you think they'll play it?
Well, I just hope they concentrate on playing football. As I said, their defence in the second test was very ordinary, concentrating on high stuff, but I hope today they get back to what we saw in the first half of the first test.
A familiar voice back home in Great Britain. Ray French, the head commentator for rugby league at the BBC. Ray, how do you see the changes to your side in this, the vital test?
Well, Donald, as you say, 9 players injured, but a lot of new lads playing today, with a lot of pride, and I think 2 or 3 lads have been really deservedly rewarded. Prop Hugh Waddell won 3 man of the matches up in country. He's played hard, and Paul Hume, tremendous enthusiasm since he came out on replacement. But we can never have had a test match for Great Britain where the hooker takes the field and he's never actually struck a ball in his life before. That must surely be unique.
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on them, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of pressure on Phil Ford and Paul Loughlin. We've had to switch round to cover the gaps in the centre. But Phil Ford, he'll do some running, and I think he could cause an upset out wide.
Your comments very quickly on the referee, the Frenchman, Mr. Deplat.
Well, quite honestly, I'm not too bothered about the referee. I think he's quite inconsistent, and I can't quite get used to his 5-yard or his 10-yard rule. But I think it's a case of 50-50. I honestly think there's been a little bit of hysteria around him.
OK, comments from Ray French from the BBC, and we welcome our viewers throughout Great Britain, throughout England, through the BBC's coverage. Alex Murphy back in the studios there. Well, let's come back to the football now as Big Sam Bacco takes it forward into Great Britain territory by about 3 or 4 metres. Again, the referee's blown it up, and this time Great Britain caught offside, so he's at the whistle already, Jack.
I think he's had a bit of coaching, this bloke. He's certainly jumping over there. He's looking for the 5 yards. So I think that must have dominated what he's been asked to do.
3 penalties already in this match. It's only a few minutes old. Canescu gets it out to Sterling now. Australia through Bacco, back to Sterling in the run around. Lewis wrapped up pretty quickly though. Great Britain defence looking pretty keen at the moment. Will it stay there all afternoon? That's the big problem. They've started well in both the tests with their defence, but then the tackles have got higher and higher, and they've started to drop off as Sterling puts a little chip kick through. O'Connor following it through, but the kick too big. Well, Mick Cronin, as a coach these days, you've got an important match happening down on the south coast of New South Wales with Gerringong.
It's been going a quarter of an hour already, Daryl. Only hope we're in front.
Mick doing it pretty tough in the commentary box as his side goes around on the south coast of New South Wales. OK, this is Gregory. Put down pretty quickly. This Australian defence, always in pairs, always solid. Back for Loughlin. Gary Jack turning around to have the ball covered and about 3 or 4 metres out from the line as he winds up. He's had a great series, Gary Jack. Gregory's in there. The ball's come loose too, and Gregory takes it from there. So that was good defence from Great Britain.
It was a fine shot. It was a good chase by Gregory.
Hume coming back for Waddell, a new player. Stocky sort of a player. It was injured early in the tour, but looks pretty fit this afternoon and raring to go. Comes back for Hume. That's David Hume. 2 brothers playing today. We mentioned that was creating history back in the second test when they both came on. And of course, both in the starting lineup this afternoon. David Stevenson. This is Gregory. On to Ward. Bullitt and Smith and Lewis in there. Hume dummy half out to Gregory. They look to switch it. There goes the kick. Plenty of chasers coming through too. A pressure kick. The ball is loose. But the referee had already called them back, and Gary Jack. Is it Gary Jack? No. There's an Australian down. Let's have a look at this again. Jack, it wasn't a bad kick.
Pretty fine kick. I can't work out what's happened here. He's given a 25 tap. I thought Australia knocked the ball on. I'll have to look at that in replay. I'm confused.
It's Tony Curry, the player that is still down in the Australian in-goal area, as Fullerton Smith takes it up for the green and golds. Canescu. Jackson. Jackson hurt too in that tackle, slow to get up, and he's gone down. So Australia were 2 down on the ground at the moment as Pearce runs it up. But look at this defence as Ellery Hanley goes in, the ball goes loose. Gregory's fallen on it. The referee says play on. Hume gets it out to Gregory. Gregory switches play back up the centre, makes a little break too. Not too much support. Mike Gregory was there, but he couldn't unload. This is Ward. Strong run from Ward. Good defence, Fullerton Smith. Hume out for Gregory. This time looking for the runners to come through. It's Wardell. And they're inside the 22, Great Britain. The score 0-0 at the moment. Gregory takes the tackle. Really haven't made too much ground. They ran across the field. There's the kick. Virtually straight up and down. Up they go for it. And it'll be into touch.
Well, it was a good set of plays. They worked out the 6. They got a kick. Australia took the ball out. Now they'll get another chance to do something. Get into a scrum situation. They certainly should win this.
Henderson Gill looks a lot sharper, Mick.
Well, yes, Henderson. I said Henderson's been out here before, but he looks reasonably keen at it today.
Pack weights, Australia 568, Great Britain 561. A bit of push and shove there in the scrum as it's set. Sterling says my feed, give us the ball. Gregory arguing, but he's done that the whole tour.
Well, I thought it was Great Britain's feed. I thought Sterling took the ball out when he caught it.
That's right. Well, Australian ball, it sort of did go in, I guess, somewhere. Ellery Hanley, the main defender with Hume. It goes out now for Pearce. Powell underneath. On for Martin Bella. Martin Bella making his test debut as a Kangaroo tourist in 1986, but didn't make the test lineup. Played very well in the State of Origin series, rewarded with a test jumper this afternoon. Canescu on to Sterling, on to Lewis. Lewis rakes the ball with a good kick down the field. Ford underneath it though, and he's a pretty handy player, this Ford. He's got a good step. Gets away from O'Connor, but he's running across the field, and Curry takes him. Resents being tackled, this fella. This is Henderson Gill. Again across field and making virtually no territory at all. Maybe half a metre. Hume is the dummy half. That's Paul Hume. On for Ward. Kevin Ward, some big hits there. Vorton in there. So is Bella. Still going, Ward, just trampling over the fence. Pretty strong man. Back for Lachlan. Gary Jack right underneath it this time, centre field. Brings it out to the 22, just over the 22. Hanley misses him. Taken by Hume. Pearce, pretty keen to do some running this afternoon, Wayne Pearce.
Well, he's always keen at that. He takes it up when there's no one else there. He didn't have a receiver, so he just had to run it.
Andrew Eddinghausen with a fine breakdown. Still going, Eddinghausen downfield. They come to get him. Here's the support. O'Connor stepping, centre field, trying to link up. Jackson was there, Lewis was there.
Yeah.
Well, the Frenchman has now given Great Britain a penalty. Wally Lewis arguing about it.
Well, that's the most confusing decision. Well, it's 3 in a row. I thought he was against Great Britain. The other 2, there's just no way. Lewis was offside there.
Well, that's right. I thought earlier on he made a bad decision when he just allowed the Great Britain try, and now he's come up with another one which could have cost Australia his try. The game's only been going about 10 minutes.
Well, I guess we've had a fair bit to say about this referee during this test series, but Jack, he just doesn't get any better. I mean, it's still very confusing, isn't it?
But we knew all that, and we had no one tough enough to make a decision to get somebody else there.
Ward with another strong run, reminiscent of his performance in the first test when he took out the man of the match. Really powering into the Australians this afternoon. Hume gets it on for Gregory, but it's gone out to Henderson Gill. He can't handle it though. A Great Britain player down now. It's Mike Gregory.
Well, O'Connor got him then. He got Mike Gregory with a high shot around the neck. I didn't do any damage. Mike Gregory laid there hoping for a penalty. But the penalty went the other way for Shepherd, I think.
Lewis will kick the touch finder. And that'll take play almost to the 22. Or about 8 metres short. Bella. Too much defence this time for Bella. They work play centre field. It gives them the option, attacking both ways. This is Vaughton. He goes again straight up the centre. Lewis at dummy half, giving the signals away. It comes out to Sterling. Then on to Jackson. On to Gary Jack. Gary Jack switches it back to Tony Curry. Curry only a few metres out. A good ball out for Bears. Oh, good defence over. Has he got there? So close. Only about half a metre in it now. Dummy half. Jackson fires it out quickly. Sterling goes on to Bacco. They're on to Bacco pretty quickly, though. Wally Lewis runs from there. Looking for Jackson. They handball it back for Martin Bella. On to Sterling. They're keeping it alive, the Australians. Ford, though, wraps him up. 10 metres out. Losing a bit of ground. It comes to Lewis. There's a little stab for the winger, O'Connor. O'Connor. Oh, handball out, though. Henderson Gill came across to cut it off. Good patch of play from Australia. Good defence, too, from Great Britain.
Well, they were all offside Great Britain, but still their defence was good. They had a little start, but as we said, we got this referee. He's not going to pay much attention to any 5 yards around the 10-metre line.
Peter Sterling takes the ball from the kickoff. Andrew Hettinghausen. He's made one clean break this afternoon. This time wrapped up with Woodell. Also Ward. Comes back for Canescu on to Vaughton. Vaughton finding little gaps up the centre. Plays it forward inside the 22. Still going. Vaughton, if he can link up. Canescu. Oh, taken high by Ford, but the referee right on the spot. This is play on. This is Bacco. Bacco's driving from the line. Bacco. Big slam and Sam in action here now. Canescu, dummy half. He goes from there. They hold him up. Can he get it down? No. Well, Great Britain under a lot of attack here from Australia at the moment. Look at the bodies. They're everywhere.
Well, that's the replay of the last set of 6 tackles. They got to their line and they come up empty, Australia. No, it was good defence and good attack.
They're showing plenty of enthusiasm in the defence so far, Great Britain, and it's good to see. I do think some of the Australian players are a bit try-hungry out there. Would have preferred to see them spread a bit wider and trying to attack in so close.
Having trouble here to pack the scrum. He's had trouble during the first 2 tests getting clean scrums and set them down, but this looks like a win against the feet. No, it's not. Gregory falls onto the ball. They start to run it out. And a little bit of rough stuff in there. Wally grabbing his face. Elbows flying around. Ellery Hanley, the skipper, getting roughed up. We'll have another look at that. This is Hanley as he runs in. There's an elbow there. Wally didn't like that. And there's a little headbutt there. And I don't think Hanley liked that. So Great Britain now finds some territory. They've been camped in their own 22 for a long time. Ray French. They've been camped in their own ground, but the defence holding so far.
Well, there's been good defence there, Darrell, but one of the problems is that Australia have this ability to maintain possession and keep the pressure on Great Britain. We can't maintain possession on your line. I mean, there now, we've just received the ball and we've kicked on the first opportunity. But let's give credit to some tremendous tackles there, especially that one on Bacco late on.
Comments from Ray French, the lead caller from the BBC, has been out with the tourists right throughout the tour, and he's been wonderful to work with too, Ray. It's been great to have you here in Australia, and you've been a great asset to our telecast. Australia now on the 22. Put a ball down. Pearce can't handle it. But we'll have a scrum. I like the way Ellery Hanley always appeals to the referee. I don't know if it makes any difference, but he tries.
Well, that's practice.
He certainly tries. He has a look every time it appeals. The Union Jacks are flying just offset with this scrum, so there's plenty of support here for Great Britain. Been quite an amount of people come out from the old art for this tour. This is Stevenson. Stevenson recovered from a shoulder injury to come back into the centres. Gets it back to Hume. Loose ball. Ellery Hanley trying to unload. There's just no one there. He stood there and spun and still couldn't unload it. Hume dummy half. Hanley a little bit slow to get up to play the ball. He can't play the ball. No, he can't. Trying again. He's got a cramp, I'd say, in the leg. But anyway, this is Hume. Wardell dummy half, and they're inside Australia's 22. They're in the danger zone now. Let's see if they can put a string of passes together. Yes, they do! Andy Gregory, he gets a ball out of there in. Oh, that's all right too. Martin Offia in for Great Britain. Some smart work there from Andy Gregory, and the Union Jack flies here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Oh, look at the colours going up from Great Britain. Martin Offia. He went it off Andy Gregory, but it was Ward who made the first bust. He got it to Gregory. Gregory split the Australian offence and lobbed the ball over. Offia in.
Well, I think we compliment Ward and we compliment Gregory. He did a little run around, two handlings of the football, threw the ball, went forward about a foot or so, but it was close enough. Good try.
And the Union Jacks fly here at the Sydney Football Stadium.
Well, I think it's what we come to expect from English sides, a bit of ball movement. I think the most important part for Great Britain so far has been their defence. Play a couple of plays back where they held Australia out for 2 lots of 6 tackles. Then they got the penalty and then carried the ball deep into Australia's half. So far, it's a very great start for Great Britain.
Here's the kick from Lachlan. And that's the angle for you. Not a bad-looking kick, but it'll just be waved away. So Great Britain leading Australia 4 points to 0.
The Bridgestone RA71's a deep performance time, eh? Pop in. We'll go for a spin. Hey, would you want a window-up driver? Force fit them on their new 959s and standard equipment. How to use them on their Quattro and Quattro Turbo. Are you listening to me? Yes. And I'll tell you who races on Bridgestones, mate. Peter Brooks. That's who.
Peter Brock.
Yeah, him too.
Nothing's tougher than hard yakka.
How do you feel? A one-man band racing single-handed round the world. How do you feel? Battling round the horn in a violent storm and far from hell. How do you feel? Up the mast with a sail stuck fast, what if you fell? How do you feel? No sleep for days, have you gone half crazy? Do you miss your girl? How do you feel when they strike the band for the man who sailed the world? How do you feel? How do you feel? I feel like a two-ease. I feel like a two-ease. I feel like a two-ease on two. I feel like a two-ease on two.
They've stumbled onto a legend, but they're not alone.
Somebody's coming!
Discover what the Goonies uncover, Sunday, 8:30 on Channel 9.
Martin Offia, the try scorer. He plays with the Widnes Club, of course, and he'd be pretty happy about that one. Okay, Great Britain back with the ball. This is Powell. He goes hard and straight and makes it to the 22. Hume, dummy half. This is Henderson Gill. He spins. Defence meets him. They've made about 4. Hume. This is Wardell. Hard runner Wardell. Gets the ball away. Mike Gregory picks it up. Lewis and Sterling there to meet him, though. Back for Lachlan. He decides not his kick. He gives it to Ford. And Tony Curry now taking the ball from the Great Britain kick.
Well, that was a penalty. They were 3 yards from Curry when he caught the football.
There's Gary Jack. Well, Ray French, that's the sort of start you wanted.
Well, that's a great start. You know, O'Fire's taken a lot of criticism about crossfield running. Well, he didn't run a crossfield there, you know. He took that chance well. But one of the differences is the two props, Kevin Ward and Hugh Waddell. They're really driving in at the Australian pack, and at the moment, they're letting them get some ground.
Well, we know what Ward can do, but Waddell, I'm impressed with his performance so far.
Well, Hugh Waddell, you know, he's come out of the second division with Oldham. He's had some tremendous performances at country that he's put a good performance on, and he's been doing the job that your Australian props do. That's driving the ball close to the rucks and making people come in and tackle, and then the gaps come in wide on the outside.
Thanks, Ray. Right, Jackson now tackled in the 22. Some good play for Australia. They really started to run the ball around, but there's a handover on for Gregory. He's chopped down pretty quickly. He'll play it back to Hume. Waddell, the man Ray was just talking about. The Oldham club. He really has stiffened up this front row.
Well, I don't think it's going to make any difference to the hooker either, because Ward's the main man there, the front row forward. He'll take care of that. It's a penalty here.
Well, it was a swan dive back there, honestly. I mean, we'll see that on a replay, and I just caught it out of the corner of my eye, but I'm not kidding. I may be wrong, but Ellery Hanley, I know he's had a leg problem. Let's have a look. He's down on the ground at the moment. Up he gets. Well, let's hope he can stay there, but here he comes through now. We'll have a look. Well, I'll stick by my original statement. Lachlan. This will take play just outside the Australian 22. Hume gets it onto Wardell. Wardell with a bustling run, but plenty of defence in green and gold jumpers meet him. But they're just into the 22 now. Gregory spins it out for Ward. He gets it back for Gregory. Gregory straightens the attack up. If he's got some runners, he has in Hume. Ball loose. Gregory there to snap on it. He's darting around. He's elusive, this little man. Loose pass back. It comes on to Ford. He's a stepper forward. Winds up Ford. He's going to get there. Oh, they win again. Oh, there's some good play there that time from Ford. He can step this ball, I'll tell you. And Andy Gregory doing the lead-up work again. Oh, the Englishman are going mad in the crowd. Ford. Bradford Northern player. Well, the Australians at the moment, look at Gary Jack shaking his head saying, what's wrong, what's happened? Lewis saying, let's settle it down. Here we go, Andy Gregory. It came off Mike Gregory first. Now it went back to Hume. A loose pass, then Andy Gregory picked it up. Now this is where he made the inroads. He stood up the Australian defence. It was Wayne Pearce. Gary Jack then came and got him. But look at Ford, just stepping his way through. Still going, beating all the defence. That's a good try.
Well, I'd credit Eric, what's his name, that Hanley? I'd credit him. He got the Ellery. He got the penalty, which shouldn't have been given. And they got some momentum going from that play. The free kick put them on their 22 line.
Well, I probably disagree about the penalty. Once you kick the ball, you're entitled to run through. And I think there was a bit of infringement there on Hanley. So I think the penalty was probably reasonably well deserved.
Well, the score now, Great Britain 10, Australia 0. Will this Great Britain patch up side in this sequence of wins by Australia? 15 on the trot. Great Britain's most recent win in Sydney was on July 6, 1974, when they won 16-11. Their most recent win against Australia, November 5, 78 at Bradford. They won that one 18-14. And they've got Australia on their heels at the moment. Right, some big defence now from the Great Britain side. Don Furner, he'd be a little confused about this performance. This is a patched up Great Britain side, but they're playing with a purpose we thought they might have come out with in the second test. Playing some excellent football. Gary Jack goes right back on his line to take it. Plenty of chases from Great Britain. They wind him up and they get him a couple of metres out.
Well, they got the ball. That's all I can say for Australia. But there's plenty of defence from Great Britain. It was a good chase. O'Connor
right through. O'Connor just slipping on a a little bare patch there. Hasn't had a lot of chances, O'Connor, yet. This is Lewis. Lewis, quick hands for Jackson. On to Pearce. Pearce, loose ball. Great Britain on it through Powell. Henderson Gill does a bit of shoving there. It says let him play it. Back it comes now. This is Hume. Long pass out for Ford, the man who scored the last try. This is Martin Offia. He's got some pace, this fella. Can he wind up? Oh, and can he stay in touch? No.
Certainly a poor play by the winger on a first place situation to run out.
Yes, and he did that in the first test here too, if you remember. 2-1 the scrums. Referee, penalty Australia. Gregory not happy with that. So Australia, the pressure off them for a moment as they take the kick for touch. Bella. This defence though from Great Britain, hungry this afternoon. They're hunting in taxi today. Back for Canescu, on to Bacco, and they've taken play to the halfway line. Canescu, Sterling, Borton. Again, 3 defenders from Great Britain. Ellery Hanley and Mike Gregory, the main tacklers there. Eddinghausen gets it on to Lewis. Lewis looks to unload, but takes the tackle. And they're just into Great Britain's half now. Sterling. Across field waiting to link up. Can't this time though. Hugh Waddell underneath. Ward over the top. Borton will come out for Henderson Gill. He'll take it on his line. Just in the in-goal area now. Henderson Gill goes for a trot. Powerfully built fellow. Goes across field. Still going. Made no ground. Well, he got tackled virtually on the other side of the field. The same distance from the try line. Lachlan straightens it up.
Great tackle from Pearce there. Really shortened it up.
Mike Gregory, the team's workhorse. He really has put in a very spirited performances whilst he's been in Australia. He's been a trier. Ball goes loose. Gill, I think it is, that's fallen on it. Yes, it is. Well, they're going nowhere, Great Britain. They're just passing it one off, and this defence of Australia just wrapping them up. Gregory, they need to kick it. Here it goes from Ford. Well, it's not a great kick. Eddinghausen. But they take him. So the follow is good and the ball's gone loose. Martin Offia is on it. So Great Britain get possession from that kick. And this is Waddell. Back for Hume. Comes across to Ward. Well, Mick, they're certainly driving forward now, and they're chasing every kick today.
They are chasing every kick, but the thing about it's Australia who's coming up with mistakes today. And also, a couple of times I noticed that when Peter Sterling's got the ball, he's being left one out, and I just wonder if we're as enthusiastic as we should be.
Well, let me tell you, Great Britain's enthusiastic. They get it out to Stevenson, and they've taken play just into Australia's half. Hume, David Hume, gets it on to Andy Gregory, plucked out of the air quickly by Martin Bella. So Australia with the ball now. 10 points to 0. Bulletin Smith. I guess in the north of England, they'd be rejoicing as this telecast goes to air. Been a long time between drinks for the Great Britain supporters. One man in the BBC studios will be pretty happy with this, Alex Murphy. Australia, though, put the ball down, and it's just into Great Britain's territory, virtually on the halfway line. So this scrum will pack. Stevenson out for off here. They're giving him some work this afternoon. The defence comes in this time and wraps him up pretty quickly. That's Eddinghausen. Lachlan swung down by O'Connor. Bit more purpose in this Australian defence now. Waddell with another great run. Waddell, another busting run still going. Oh, he's playing well. Comes back for Offia. He gets it on for Gregory. Can't handle it, though. Lewis falls on it. Andy Gregory gets it. And the referee says, no, we'll have a scrum.
Well, Gregory takes that ball. It's try time.
Andy Gregory. Note here to say good afternoon to Peter Fox in the BBC studios in London as well. So quite an army of supporters over there cheering this side on at the moment, leading 10 points to 0. (1978), the last time Great Britain defeated Australia at Bradford. The last time in Sydney was in 1974. Not over yet, of course, but a handy lead. Remember, in the first test, they led at 6-0 at half-time. Australian player down. It's Peter Sterling, holding his head as he slowly gets up. A wrestling match going on with Big Sam. They finally get Slam and Sam on the ground. Canescu dummy half. Pearce on to Lewis. Sterling in a lot of pain. Australia now make the raid downfield. It goes back to Gary Jack. Gary Jack. Well, he just tried to get the ball to Jackson. Gets up again. Ellery Hanley, the defender. Jackson onto Lewis. Came onto the ball very strongly. Lewis still running. Trying to link it up. And again, they put the ball down 10 metres out from the Great Britain try line. Bullitt and Smith couldn't handle it. Well, Lewis came from a long way back to take that ball. Peter Sterling getting treatment way back the other end of the field. Peter Sterling, and he's holding that shoulder again, Jack.
He doesn't look healthy. I don't think he's going to finish this game in a football jumper.
Okay, we'll keep our eye on the reserve bench, but this is Pearce. Pearce straight and hard. Pretty solid defence from Ford too. Pulled off a really good tackle in Canberra on Tuesday to save a try. This is Jackson. And Australia only a few metres out now. They'd love to score a try here. This is Borton. Borton straightening the attack up. Canescu into dummy half. Set move now. They're nice and deep. Peter Sterling back in the lineup. Too much defence though, Australia. Look for him to spin it. Jackson plays it to Canescu, out to Lewis, a long floater for O'Connor. O'Connor dancing, gets it to Bacco. Bacco nowhere to go though. He flicks a wire one back, and Great Britain fall on it. Powell. Lloyd Powell has the ball. Now it's Gregory. So again, Great Britain have staved off the Australian attack. Ward. Loose ball. Gregory gets onto it. A little run from Gregory. Quickly they belt him down. They were crunching defence. Bullitt and Smith and Bacco. Back for Hume. On to his brother, David Hume. It's Paul Hume and David. Paul playing in 9, David in number 6. Gregory. Again they're going to kick. So Martin Riley's tactics today. Keep it down there into the ground. Will he be a happy coach at long last?
Well, I probably thinks the same as I do. When you're 10 in front, you hope the bell will ring. Well, he hasn't got far to go to half-time. There's 7 minutes. But we all coach the same. The bigger and stronger and the meaner players are, the better you coach.
Lewis. Wild one back for Borton. Can't be handled. Loose ball. What's the referee going to do?
It's play on.
He's played on. Well, Great Britain with another great chance here. Martin Offia. He reaches out, loses the ball. Gary Jack has it. Well, I think they panicked and rushed that one, Mick.
Well, yes, I think you can see try number 2 come out. You'd be better off taking the tackle. But I think that's Australia's doing most of the panicking. They're coming with plenty of lost balls. And again, the disappointing fact is they're still trying to attack too close to the ruck. I would prefer to see them trying to spin the ball out wide, Australia.
Well, you saw it then. Peter Sterling looked to the bench and he just gave a little nod. So I don't think he's going to stay there. Gary Belcher getting ready to come on. So it looks like Sterling will come off. Coming off now. Will he be a dejected player? He's a fine competitor and would really be disgusted with himself having to come off with that shoulder injury. He hurt it in the first test. Here's Ford running around in circles. He's up again. He's elusive, this bloke. Now he goes forward. And Bella takes him with the help of Fullerton Smith. Peter Sterling off the field for Australia. And that is a blow. Henderson Gill. Well, Ray, we'll come to Ray in a moment as Gregory goes down. Ray, that's a big blow for Australia.
Nothing going right for Australia, but everything going right for Great Britain, Darryl. And as I say, it's these two props, Kevin Ward and Hugh Waddell, they're blasting holes in your defence. And little Andy Gregory, he's pirouetting around in midfield and putting the passes out there. And one of the things that amazes me is that suddenly Wally Lewis and Australia's concentration has gone, and they're all at 6s and 7s.
Well, you've read that pretty correctly, yeah, and I think Wardell is, I can't understand why he didn't get a run before the way he's playing, but he was carrying an injury, wasn't he?
Well, he was carrying an injury, but I felt that they went more for a ball player. They were looking for somebody like Lee Crooks, but he couldn't perform on the field, but certainly Waddell's showing the way home now. But also, let's give tremendous credit to this Great Britain defence. You had 10 or 12 tackles there on the line, and we really pushed you back.
Well, Great Britain now just outside the 22 line, you can see there, and they're running it across. This is Andy Gregory's been busy this afternoon. Throws a big floater back for Ford. Ford straightens it up. He's got a bit of step forward. Comes back. He's found a little gap again. Ford, if he can unload it, he does too. Oh, they're so close. Ellery Hanley getting it back for Martin Offia. I don't think he's the man to have there, quite frankly, but he gets the pass away. Kevin Ward at the line. Kevin Ward, the Australians hold him up. Well, Ford doing some damage here this afternoon. Look at Gregory with the head back. Phil Ford is showing plenty of ability the way he's stepping around the Australian defence. Here's Ward. He's trying desperately to ground the ball and can't. So good defence from Australia that time. Right, this scrum packed 10 metres out from the Australian line, and time running out in the first half, 4:19 on the clock. Great Britain 10, Australia 0. Curry with the ball. Back for Belcher, the replacement player in 14. Penescu, he gets the ball out for Pearce. Lewis on to Jackson, but they're wrapping them up and they're still in the 22. Lewis gets it on for Fullerton Smith, it is. Fullerton Smith. Lewis drives the ball downfield, though. Ford will take it. Now, this fellow is really, he doesn't look like he's running all that quickly, but that's the thing he does. He props, he stops. He unloads to Henderson Gill. He straightens it up. And they make another 4 or 5 outside their 22. Hume to Gregory. On to Waddell. Hasn't he made a difference as Ray French picked it. Mike Gregory, he goes for another 2 or 3. Back for the clearer to Lachlan. Good strong kick from Lachlan too. Finds plenty of ground inside the 22. Belcher takes it. Gary Jack was back in support. Belcher tackled though. Midfield about 15 metres out from the line. Good chasing again from Ellery Hanley and also Powell. Gary Jack. Stevenson in to do the tackle this time. Again Ellery Hanley. Plenty of defence from the skipper. He's leading the way today. 13 tackles from Ellery Hanley. Tony Curry, and he'll move into the halfback spot vacated by Peter Sterling. He did that in the first test when Sterling went off. Lewis gets a late one away to Curry. On to Fullerton Smith, and he's taken play into Great Britain territory by 5 or 10 metres. Andrew Eddinghausen, the little kick and the follow. Martin Offia has it covered. Eddinghausen has him covered, but Great Britain with the ball. 14 metres out from their line. Lachlan. Hume. Fellow playing test hooker here this afternoon. Has never been in that position before and is not doing a bad job. Andy Gregory wasn't expecting that little short ball. Running backwards, they tend to do that, but every now and then they straighten up, and Martin Bella says welcome with a little slap. Ellery Hanley falls on it. Lewis falls on him.
And 6 to go.
David Hume. Don Furner showing very little emotion, that stone face that we haven't seen too much lately. He's had such a fantastic winning sequence. Will it come to an end today? Can Australia come back? Waddell. Oh, big tackle there from Bella. Jackson in there to assist, but Bella hit Waddell head on. Jackson again, Canescu. 28 seconds, so 10-0 the score. Back for the clearer, and you can hear the singing in the grandstands at the moment. Great Britain support, ecstatic. Gary Jack. Again, the chasers are there, though. Mike Gregory, also David Hume. Michael O'Connor. Time's out officially on the clock, and there it goes, and we have Australia running it out for the shock here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Great Britain leading Australia 10 points to 0. Jack Gibson.
Well, they're playing with more than ability, they're playing with enthusiasm. They deserve their 10 points. They don't deserve 8, they deserve 10. And that's how I grade them. 10 points better team.
Well, I think today they've come out just intent on playing football. They've cut out the head-eye tackles, and I think the results showing on the scoreboard.
Well, the Australians coming off now, shell shock down. They'll have a rev up at half-time. Will this sequence, this fantastic football sequence, be over here with a patched-up Great Britain side? We'll be back shortly with Pat Lindsay and Ray French as the Union Jack flies high.
Strains of the spectacularly unconventional Stanford University band. With me, Ray French, and Ray, Britain 10-0. Mission impossible it was before the game today, but what a magnificent performance in that first half.
Well, mission impossible, Pat. I'm almost frightened. I'm frightened of looking at this next 40 minutes because I honestly do feel at the last we can do it. Tremendous defence there. Roy Powell, Hugh Waddell, Kevin Ward, Mike Gregory. Paul Hume, put in there to hook. Never hooked in his life, this lad from Widnes. Tremendous enthusiasm, and they are in their pitching at the moment, and we're taking the opportunities. When the 2 opportunities have come for the try, then we've had them. And Martin Offiah, Phil Ford, Ellery Hanley himself, well, they've shown real pace, but I just can't believe it.
As you said, it was defence, great defence from Britain, which set up the opportunities. But let's have a look at some of the highlights. And the first try was by Martin Offiah. It was a spectacular affair.
Waddell, dummy half, and they're inside Australia's 22. They're in the danger zone now. Let's see if they can put a string of passes together. Yes, they do! Andy Gregory, he gets a ball out of there in. Oh, that's all right too. Martin Offiah in for Great Britain.
Ray, always we've said Offiah has been dangerous.
Well, that was the try that was disallowed, very similar when Gregory ran around Kevin Ward in that first test. The similar movement, but well done by Martin Offiah there. I mean, real pace. He clutched the ball out of thin air, and the lad's doing very well. 19 tries on the tour in his first season.
They've given him a lot of criticism, but every time he's taken the ball today, there's been a tremor of anticipation, hasn't he? You're just not quite sure.
There's a tremor of anticipation, and I've been rather amused, quite honestly, by your Australian media. They've criticised this boy for running across field, and they surely forget the greatest Australian wingman ever, Brian Bevan, who scored 870-odd tries, and he ran half of those across field. And this boy, at the moment, is currently leading by 2-1, your own Australian wingman. This lad is a great wingman.
Let's have a look at the second try, which really gave the Australians a fright. That was by Phil Ford.
Gregory spins it out for Ward. He gets it back for Gregory. Gregory straightens the attack up. If he's got some runners, he has in Hume. Ball loose. Gregory there to snap on it. He's darting around. He's elusive, this little man. Loose pass back. It comes on to Ford. He's a stepper forward. Winds up Ford. He's going to get there. Oh, they're in again. Oh, there's some good play there that time from Ford. He can step this ball, I'll tell you.
there was absolutely nothing in this at the start, was there?
There was nothing in this, but this again is another deficiency in the Australian game, quite honestly. They're not used to people running at them at 45-degree angles. Everyone here runs with tremendous power, tremendous straight, parallel to the try lines. And this is actually where we are successful.
Well, there you are, 10-0. Can they hold on?
Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I think, quite honestly, they will hold out this time. I do. I think there's a determination. I saw David Stevenson coming off the pitch, really smiling, really grinning, and I think they're in there.
OK, let's see whether Australia can come back right after this.
This one, 2 metres gain, Jack.
Well, it's 45 Great Britain, 38 metres Australia. That's a plus Great Britain.
Time in opposition's half.
19 Great Britain is 4 difference there, 15 Australia, so they got 4 minutes in that 20-metre line to do something. 50-metre.
And the vital one, Jack, time in possession.
Well, it's outstanding in Great Britain time. They got more time to attack, and that's the whole idea of the game. If you've got the ball, you're in control.
And the scoreline, of course, 10 points to 0. And look at the Union Jacks around the ground. They're waving with a lot of anticipation. We remind you that Great Britain led 6-0 in the at half-time in the first test. Of course, they went down in that game. Australia came back. Out come the Australians now, led by their skipper, Wally Lewis.
Well, they're coming out without Sterling.
And Peter Sterling injured that shoulder again. Now, Wally Lewis playing his 27th test, 19 as captain. He's yet to lose a series against Great Britain. This is his 9th time as captain of Great Britain, and the 3rd series that he's captain a win to. So, I mean, he really would like to make sure Australia come back. A great record from Wally Lewis. A great record from Australia. 15 on the run. They've won. And this one could be the difference. Great Britain coming back out. Plenty being said too. Ellery Hanley, really a busy first half in defence. Stevenson has played well in the centres. Henderson Gill. Hugh Wardell, number 10, I think he's been magnificent so far. Kevin Ward, well, we know what he can do. Ford, how elusive is he on the field today? And there they are, the supporters. They've come a long, long way, and they've waited a long time to see this. Well, Australia's performance, Jack, in the first half. Your comments?
My comments are this. They've been reading paper and listening to the news, the fact that the odds are in their favour, and they've grown soft. But by saying that, I still don't want to detract from Great Britain, because their performance has been strong. They've maintained right through.
Well, from the kick-off, Lachlan drove it down. It's picked up by Eddinghausen. He's met pretty hard. Now, tackles Australia have made 85, Great Britain 68. The top performers for Australia, Canescu with 17, Fullerton Smith 15, and Backo with a big run. Backo's made 15 tackles also. For Great Britain, Paul Hume 14, Ward 13, and Hanley 13. Canescu on for Wayne Pearce. Still going Pearce, determined, going forward. Canescu for Lewis. Trying to find the line, will he? Yes, he does. Great kick again from Lewis. Takes play to the 22. Well, kicks in general play. Australia 8. Great Britain 13. The scrums and penalty. 3-4 and 3-4, so it's been even possession there. Another Great Britain ball. No, it's fallen on by Australia. The referee says no, we'll have it again. Francis Deplat from Toulouse in France. Australia win it against the feed. What an important win that is, as Curry now comes up with it, and they're in the 22. Can they get a try on the board? Desperately needed. Backo hard and straight. Plenty of defence there, though. Canescu onto Vaughton. Vaughton props. Looks to unload, but can't. The two Hume brothers doing the work there. On for Lewis. He's going to run, Lewis. Only a couple of metres out. Can he get it down? Oh, yes, try. Oh, Lewis, so strong. Just muscled Great Britain. They hung off long enough for him to slam it down. He turned his back on him, and they let him get it down. Bad mistake. But the try Australia were looking for. Now watch this, Lewis, when he decides to run, he's so dangerous. We've seen it so many times in State of Origin. He's wrapped up there, Wardell's got him, Ford's got him. Ward comes in, but he still gets it down.
The game's been on progress 3 minutes, and we're looking for a playmaker. Who should come up? The captain, Wally Lewis.
I think it's been a slow start for Great Britain this second half. From the kick-off, Sam Backo on the second ruck made about 15 yards. Then in that first 6, they've carried it 80 metres Australia. Won a scrum against the feed, and Wally Lewis has scored between the posts. A great start for Australia.
Well, that kick's successful. 10 points to 6 now, Australia. O'Connor successful from wide in front. And that was Lewis's 9th test try as Eddinghausen brings it out again for Australia. Canescu dummy half. They're back on the 22 line. Now we've got a match on our hands. Australia fighting back. Great Britain equally determined to keep them out. Remember, this is a World Cup points scoring match too. The 3rd test of every series, amassing points for the World Cup. And Great Britain, look at Waddell. He's really unhappy about that Australia have come up with the ball. He's having plenty to say. Jackson.
Well, that was the right decision. Great Britain pulled the ball out, and they've got 6 plays to go.
Bella, strong run, gets it back to Canescu. Out for Lewis, can't handle it, goes behind him. He still scoops it up for O'Connor, though. They get it onto Eddinghausen. The defence comes across at Eddinghausen. Backo, straight and hard to the 22. Well, Bella and Backo have come alive in this half already, starting to run the ball hard at the Great Britain defence. Again, Bella. Lewis, Borton, comes out to O'Connor, on for Gary Jack, loses the ball though, and it's over into touch. So the scrum will form inside the Great Britain 22. Ray French, any word out of the English dressing room? Any comments that were passed on?
Not really, Darrell, except just to keep calm and keep steady. And that try certainly set them rocky. I think one of the crucial elements was what Jack said, was the heel against the head. And I think the longer this game goes on, and as Paul Hume, obviously this young lad will begin to tire, he might have more and more difficulty in winning this ball.
Well, Lewis is always so strong when he runs with the ball.
Oh, Wally Lewis is tremendously powerful. I mean, I saw him in the State of Origin game against New South Wales 2 or 3 weeks ago, scored a very similar try. I mean, he went through 3 or 4 players there.
Great Britain. Andy Gregory. Gary Jack underneath it. Takes it well. Centre field. Still in Australia's half. Comes back. Good run from Gary Jack almost to the halfway line. Lewis is a dummy half. It gets it out to Borton. O'Connor hasn't had too many chances today. O'Connor, they've been onto him. Ellery, Hanley, Hume doing a lot of work in defence. But the runners now looking a lot more eager for Australia. Fullerton Smith will play it inside Great Britain's half. Borton. Canescu, Lewis running again. Lewis opened him up, puts the ball back for Borton. Borton unloads to Jackson, and they're inside the 22, looking dangerous, Australia. Kicking out of the tackle, getting up to play it. Curry comes back for Pearce. Well, that's a horrible kick. Taken, who is it, by Lachlan? Yes, it is. This is Mike Gregory onto Andy Gregory. A little leg start to pump as he drives it downfield again, centre field. Ellery Hanley on for Kevin Ward. Great Britain now starting to drive it down the centre. Gregory again sees a little hole, and again he makes 3 or 4, but bang. Too much defence, losing the ball, flicks it back. And the referee says play on. This is Hume. Ellery Hanley, he'll unload it again. Out for Stevenson, back inside for Hume. They're using the ball. And starting to gain some ground. Malcolm Reilly, the Great Britain coach. He's had so many disappointments. Can he side hold? Hang on here. And Mickey's going back for a pretty important coaching job that may keep him out of the top job for Great Britain.
Well, he's going back to take over Leeds, and I think the rule stipulates over there, if you're coaching club side, you can't coach the Great Britain side.
Anxiety written all over his face, Malcolm Reilly, as Great Britain now are inside Australia's 22. Mike Gregory, 10 metres out. Andy Gregory, the little chip kick. They've rehearsed this many times at training. Through the runners come. Henderson Gill, and it's a try. Well, it's worked again. Look at this. Henderson Gill's gone absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Slapping hands, saying, what about that? Well, it came out of a training movement. Watched him do it repeatedly. Andy Gregory slotted the kick in, and he's done it. Watch this. Now there's the little kick. The ball bouncing pretty well. You can't see anybody from here. The ball goes loose. A clash of Australian players and Henderson Gill on it.
Was a fair try. It's a collision course for Australia. A little slow getting to the football. Bang, it squirted loose. Yeah, and there he goes, just puts it down.
I think it was important for Great Britain to come back with a quick try after Australia's early try in the first half, early try in the second half. And I think at the moment you must say them with a great chance of winning the game.
Ray French.
Andy Gregory's certainly having a big influence here. I mean, he stood still, Andy Gregory, weighed all the options up there, and that was a precision kick. You might say that it was bad play by Australia. They didn't quite judge it, but let's give credit to this little dynamo here in midfield. He's putting the tackles in, he's putting the runs in, and he's controlling the game.
You're out of control today, Ray, I can tell you. And the kick successful, so the score now, 16 points to...
Well, Darryl, I think you will, but there's a long time to go yet, a long time to go. Maybe getting a little bit carried away.
Well, with the football, Stevenson plays it back. Comes back for Waddell. Played very strong in the first half and gets another ball away, this time for Powell. So Great Britain elect to go down the centre again. Kevin Ward. Loose ball. Backo onto it for Australia. The referee says no, there's been a knock on. And look at Malcolm Reilly. Can you believe the tension on his face? A little prayer coming up. Well, welcome back. This scrum packed down midway between the quarter and the half. Still having some trouble getting the two sides to pack evenly. It's a Great Britain ball. On for Hume. Gary Jack was up to get him, but Fullerton Smith does the job. Bill Ford. Ellery Hanley. Across field, Hanley trying to link up. Now he straightens it up. Takes play to the halfway line. Score 16-6, Great Britain. And Hanley down again. Well, he's been down a number of times today, but KG looks serious. Doesn't move this time, I'll tell you. Paul Hume very worried. He's saying don't touch him. The trainer in now. But he went down and stayed down and has not moved. Here's a replay of Ellery Hanley going in. Now Vaughton has him wrapped up. Down he goes, and I'd say maybe he fell on the ball.
Well, I thought it was his head that made the ground first. He'd had plenty of bone up there. Shouldn't do much damage.
Loose ball. Australia have got it through Kanescu, but he says no, we'll have a scrum. Look at Kanescu's face. No one can talk to the referee. He can't understand them at all.
I think there's a pretty tough decision on that. It looks like it was a fair ball for Australia.
Well, this scrum to pack on the halfway line of the game has slowed down a little in the last 3 or 4 minutes. And this will suit Great Britain. Hume. Now, if Great Britain win this test, they'll play Australia in the World Cup final. And it's a competition that goes over a couple of years, and obviously New Zealand and France, Papua New Guinea, they're all in it. But Great Britain and Australia will meet in the final if they win this afternoon. So a bit to play for, apart from pride. Look at Ward, hard and straight. Pushes Lewis out of the way. Paul Hume onto Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory with a half a mark. He's done it again, Gregory, and he lifts one out too for a fire. He flicks it back inside. Mike Gregory gets onto it. He flicks one over the top of his head to Lachlan. Lachlan straightens it up inside the 22. Back where they started. But they're using the football here this afternoon. Gregory, there's the kick again. The Chasers pour through. Gary Jack, though, magnificent this time, takes it. And a penalty for offside play. And I was going to say, if he made that ball, Henderson Gill, he was a mile offside from the kick. You'll see it here. Now here's the kick. Now watch for, there he is, right over the other side, way offside. But the French referee caught it that time. Jack Gibson's not agreeing with me. You're shaking your head.
I thought he was onside, and he got to the ball real quick.
Well, he sure did get there real quick, but, well, the angle here is deceptive, but anyway, nothing happened of it. Gary Jack took the ball. Canescu on the Bacco. He gets it back to Canescu. And he loses the ball again. So Australia making lots of mistakes here this afternoon. Mike Gregory onto it. Waddell. Well, Australia making plenty of mistakes, Mick, aren't they?
Well, yeah, this is what we're used to seeing Great Britain doing. They're not controlling the ball today, Australia. But I think the big thing was they come out and played very well the first 5 minutes. And Great Britain started slow, but after that try, Great Britain are playing much stronger again now. Australia have got plenty of work to do if they're going to win this game.
Well, I mean, the Australian side unchanged. I mean, the understanding, the training, the Booning camp.
Well, it's probably a great level of complacency, and I think that's might be. I think Australia's coming today expecting to win, and the other side's come here wanting to play.
Well, you can't deny them. They've played very well this afternoon. Look at Henderson Gill, out of 1, out of 2, out of 3, still going, Henderson Gill. Still going. Oh, powerful run. Didn't make a lot of ground, I'll tell you, but boy, gee, went through some defence. Andy Gregory kicking once more. Gary Jack's got to go back from Mike Gregory steaming through. Gary Jack bundled into touch, so that's good play from Martin Ophir, and gets a pat on the head from Mike Gregory too.
And certainly the fundamental mistakes are starting to surface. What's with Great Britain, they're getting a lot of late ball away. But Jack here to get pulled out in that situation, that was juvenile stuff.
Well, this scrum around about 9 metres out from the Australian line, and it's a Great Britain feed. So the pressure on the green and gold again. 16-6, a try here to be more than handy. And little Andy's got the ball. He goes the skinny side, the blind side, and wrapped up by Eddinghausen. Mike Gregory, plenty of instructions coming out. Goes to Hume. On to Ellery Hanley. They come back up inside, though, with Stevenson. 7 metres out. From dummy half they go. That's Paul Hume from the Widnes Club. There it is, the Australian defensive line. On to Ward. Ward, can he unload it? He does to Gregory. There's a long floater out taken by Eddinghausen. He's got some pace, Eddinghausen. Defence comes through. Eddinghausen kicks. Now the Chasers on. Ford going back foot. Ford takes it. O'Connor with him. He gets out of O'Connor's tackle. He's taken by the Eddinghausen forward pass. Well, that was a forward pass. Had to be pulled up. Listen to the crowd. They saw it too. But Ellery Hanley's still going. The referee's missed it completely.
That was a poor play by Eddinghausen. I can't help it. They've been without the ball for many plays. He gets it on the first one and kicks it with no chases.
Paul Hume. Powell coming through. Centre field, short of the halfway. Midway between the quarter and the half, they're into the ground. Gregory kicking again. Eddinghausen, it finds touch.
Well, Australia are going to get the football and give the defensive part of their game a spell. They've been out with since they scored their first try in 3 minutes in the first half. They've had very little possession. Got to hang on to this for 6 plays for starters.
Well, they have. That's been the story of the game, Jack. They just keep robbing the ball, and until they start controlling the ball, the score's still going to remain 16-6.
Ray French, your comments.
Very good kicking game from Great Britain, actually. Andy Gregory putting some precision kicks in, rubber kicks, flicking them down this left-hand side of the field. And Paul Lachlan really belting this ball a fair distance. And it's disconcerting to Australia. The pack isn't running with any real strength.
Well, I find it hard to believe he didn't play this sort of football in the second test.
Well, I find it hard to believe, but I find it hard to believe what's happening here. I'll find it better to believe in about 18 minutes' time, Darryl.
O'Connor steams onto a ball, gets it back to Pearce. Pearce onto Eddinghouse. He was just standing there, though. Makes 3 or 4, and they belt him down. Martinoff, you're doing a bit of shoving, too, in the tackles. Here's Lewis. Flicks one back for Eddinghausen onto Vorton. Vorton now goes straight. That's the 22 line. You can see Sam Backo winds up. He's just in the 22 now. So Australia, 1 tackle remaining. Where's the kicker? Comes out to Lewis. He can't handle it. Flicks a wild one back to handballing around. Canescu gets it back to Vorton. Vorton kicks. But everyone way back. No great pressure. But they will take Great Britain inside their own line. So they will get the ball back. David Stevenson was the man who took the ball. Henderson Gill back in support. So Australia will get it back. Time starting to run out. The scoreline, I remind you, 16-6. Lachlan with a kick. Well, Australia have won the last 4 series, 3-0, and the last 15 tests. That looks shaky now, that record. History about to be made unless Australia can fight back and do it quickly. Vorton. Still short of the 22 by about 5. Canescu on to Backo. Backo one out the back door. Gets it to Vorton. Where are the runners? Fullett and Smith. They're all too slow. Someone needs to get deep. Vorton on to O'Connor. O'Connor. He goes back inside where the defence is, though. Gregory, good in defence today. Gregory has been in every series. Canescu, Vorton. Lachlan is there, though. And that man, Gregory. So he certainly does a lot of defensive work. Lewis flicks one out for Canescu up in the air. Well, I don't know what sort of pass that was. It goes on to Ford. They'll need to trap him in there and get it back. He's still going. He's a rubber man, this fella. A rubber man. This time they belt him down. Ellery Hanley wants to chat with the referee. The referee's not interested. The scrum will pack 10 metres out. Well, desperation stuff for Australia. They're throwing the ball everywhere, hoping someone can just grab it and make a break. Backo and Ward, 2 tough heads there. As hard as you'd find in rugby league. Watch the scrum go in here. There they go, and Ward controlling his side. And look at Stephen. Andy Gregory's burrowed in like a ferret. Wardell's going off again. Gregory and Curry having a wrestling match for the ball. Curry says, I'll take it. Andy Gregory was like a ferret up a rabbit hole then. Jackson. Out of one, Jackson. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis straightens up. Defence is there. They're keen, Great Britain. Leading 16-6. Australia need to score here desperately. Gets it on to Jackson. But again, this defence comes over. This time, David Hume. Backo, he's in! Oh, the big fella maintains his record and cracks him and gets the try Australia needed. Oh boy, didn't they need it. Big Slam and Sam. Scoring tries with gay abandon this season. He done good, he runs strong, he sure did. I've heard that before. Look at Sam Backo here, straight into the line and takes Lachlan with him.
Well, a little extra ball for Australia. Sam got some momentum up. They're all standing beside the man who played the football. I suppose that was the idea.
Sam Backo from Canberra. Test tries 3 now. Not a bad record when you think about it. He scored a try in each of the tests. Here's the kick from O'Connor. Yes, so now the score a little bit more respectable. 16. Waddell and Paul Hume, the defensive men there. On to Curry, on to Martin Bella. Canescu, Backo, try scorer Backo. Had a fantastic series. Had a great season. Wayne Pearce under a high one.
It wasn't too far under it. Tell you what, it's under his eyebrows.
Okay, the scoreline at the moment, 16 points to 12. Australia back in Great Britain's half, attacking. Peter Sterling went off in the first half with a shoulder injury. Lewis, the chip and the follow. Will he get the bounce? He does! Lewis gets the bounce and just falls over. He loses the ball. Well, Martin Offier has got it, but Lewis has gone down on that shoulder. So he went down hard. Ellery Hanley now running it out. Plenty of defence for Australia. Wayne Pearce is there. Jackson is there. But Lewis in a bit of pain. So is Hanley. He's had trouble all afternoon, Hanley. That's the 3rd time he hasn't been able to get up. Ray, has he got a hip problem?
I think Ellery's got a calf problem, actually. It could be cramp, you know. He's done a tremendous amount of work. He's done an awful stint of tackling there. And then again, I think possibly there may be a little bit of the professional soldier. He's steadying the game down. He's slowing it down. Great Britain nearly went under there with Wally Lewis.
Waddell coming off. Brian Case is on in jumper number 15. Hugh Waddell is off. And he's had a great test match here today. This is Ward. This is Ward. Brian Case in number 15. And we've also got Bob Linder in 15 on the Australian line. This is Lachlan. Lachlan winds up. Lachlan straight through. Australia still going. Lachlan. And he's got support too. Unloads it. Oh, look at this. Henderson Gill winding up. It's a chase. Gary Jack comes with him, but that's a great try. Oh, Great Britain in, and he does a bit of a boogie. And the Union Jack flags here have gone absolutely crazy. Well, what a try. Lachlan just strode through the Australian defence. Got it under Henderson Gill. And Gill did the work. Up go the hand slaps. Great emotion here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Oh boy, look at Australia. Can't believe it. O'Connor's face tells the story. Second try today from Henderson Gill. Bobby Linder warming up. Look at the Great Britain players. Cannot believe it. Well, this is a patch-up side. Lachlan, now here it is. Here's Lachlan. He gets it on to Henderson Gill. Can't this boy motor. He saw the defence coming across. It was Gary Jack. Too much pace and puts in a big dive to finish it off. And then does a bit of boogie. This is Paul Lachlan from the St Helens Club now. Getting set for the kick. 20 points to 12. What a vital kick. Sun's in his eyes. It's a difficult angle. The 22 and the touch. He's in by half a metre. There it goes. Gee, it looks all right. No, waved away. So the score remains 20 points to 12. Great Britain over Australia.
Don't like city driving. They're all mad down here.
No worries, sunshine. We've got steel cat tyres all round.
We're gonna die.
Not on steel cats, mate. Their tread pattern and sticky polymer compound work together to give a better grip than the Boston Strangler, wet or dry. And they last like they have 9 lives.
Best tyre under the sun, in the rain. For savings on motoring and holidays, join Bridgestone Top Cats.
When you make a watch that lasts like a Seiko, the whole world starts watching you.
Yeah, the watch the world wants is the watch the world knows. Seems the whole world is
Seiko, the world's most wanted watch.
How do you feel? Your first big game, you're what's his name? Who is this kid? How do you feel? Your stomach churns, the liniment burns, your palms are wet. How do you feel? Your first big chance slips through your hand, what a serve you get. How do you feel? The pace is on, your winner's scrum, it's heaven sent. How do you feel when you score a try with a dummy and a jink? How do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel like a two-ease. I feel like a two-ease. I feel like a two-ease or two. I feel like a two-ease or two.
Today's AMP put schoolteacher Jill into an aluminium smelter. Today's AMP put accountant Paul into beef cattle. Today's AMP put farmer George into the property market. These Australians benefit from a broad spread of investments. Through AMP, more Australians are sharing more of Australia. Today's AMP, Australians sharing Australia.
Hi, I'm Terry Willesee.
And I'm Jo Pearson. Join us next week, live at 5, for a special report on the thriving single scene. From the bars and pick-up joints to dating agencies and clubs for the lonely.
We take you way beyond the black stump for Australia's craziest black tie ball in the middle of nowhere.
And adventurer Greg Matthews soaks up all the action of whitewater rafting.
That's next week.
Live at 5.
Well, Australia coming back, Jack, and time running out.
Well, that last situation, we've got 13 people in the green and gold uniforms reading a kick. They decided to run the football and went all the way.
And this fellow's been elusive. He makes another 25, 30 metres.
Well, yes, we had one chaser on that last kick of Laughlin's, so it forced him to run, and when he ran, no one else moved up. He ended up running about 50 yards and picking up the winger who scored the try.
Ray French, you're still on your seat.
I'm just about on my seat. Pat here sticking me down to the seat, quite honestly. But what a performance from these lads. I was on the training pitch on Thursday morning, and it literally was like a ward and weary and wounded. There were ice packs lying around everywhere. The mood was a sombre one, and all credit to Malcolm, really. Win, lose, or draw in this next 13 or 14 minutes. The way that he's revived these lads, tremendous.
OK, Great Britain now with the ball through Stevenson. The score, I remind you, is 20 points to 12. Time running down, 13 minutes left. Fullerton Smith is off. Tony Curry feeding for Australia. Australia's ball. Ellery Hanley playing wounded, but still playing pretty strongly. This is Bobby Linder, the new player on for Australia. A fresh soldier, and don't they need him? The run around through Gary Jack. Australia still 10 metres short, so they're 32 metres out from the Great Britain line. Bacco goes in hard. They swamp him. Wrap him up, ball and all. Canescu on to Lewis. Can't be handled. Mike Gregory's got the ball. Well, these passes, these short passes are going astray, and Furner scratching his head saying, what can I do? Ellery Hanley on the forward. The troops are there. This is Stevenson. Stevenson winds up. Henderson Gill, the man that just scooted almost the length of the pitch to score that one. Brian Case, the new man on, number 15. And they've taken play back to the halfway line. Andy Gregory, under one from Bella. Mike Gregory. The time at the moment, 11:25 on the clock, and the score, 20 points to 12. Great Britain in front. I've said it throughout the match. Australia have won the last 15 tests, the last 4 series 3-0. And time running out to maintain that record. Great Britain's most recent win in Sydney was in 1974, July 6th. They won that one 16-11, and in 1978 they defeated Australia at Bradford 18 points to 14. Lewis gets it on to Gary Jack. Lachlan has played well. Ford has played well. This entire Great Britain side has played well today. O'Connor will play it back for Jackson. Lewis. Borton. Oh, and some big defence. A good tackle from Kevin Ward. Bang, just hit him, and Borton went down. Rattle the bones, that one. Bella.
Well, Australia with Sterling out of the play doesn't seem to be able to organise too much there. They're just working up one out.
This is Bacco. Last tackle Australia. There's a long pass out from Lewis. Jackson gets in between the defence, and O'Connor can't take it. So again the ball goes wanting. Henderson Gill says, I'll take it, I'll have another run. Gill comes back across the field. They take him right in front of the post, about 5 metres out. Hume. Andy Gregory makes another three. Oh, still going, Andy Gregory's got Mike Gregory with him. Here's another try coming up in the League Cup. Gregory hasn't got the legs. Down he goes. He'll get there. Mike Gregory has done it for Great Britain under the post. Oh boy, Andy Gregory opened him up, and Mike Gregory went on with it. And that is almost the length of the field. Look, the atmosphere here, unbelievable at the moment. Oh boy, Andy Gregory, let me tell you, he made the break. Lewis, he can't believe this. Now watch this. Andy Gregory got through some terrible defence of Eddinghausen. He gets it onto Mike Gregory. Now he had support in Ophir. Lewis holding back Ophir there. But Gregory knew he had the legs. Wayne Pearce running him down, doing the best he can. But Gregory too strong from there and in under the post, and that's about it.
Here we go. It's just a matter of Gregory and Gregory. They put the job together. They got 6 points out of it too. Also got the third test.
I think it's a just reward for Mike Gregory. In every game we've seen him play, he's always shown he's been prepared to work. But we probably don't expect to see him score 50-yard tries, but when they need it most, he's come up with one.
He sure has. Paul Lachlan, 2 from 4. This one's a sitter. Can throw it over from here. There it is. He's got it. So, 26 points to 12. Great Britain over Australia. Malcolm Reilly, he would be ecstatic about this. He's worked so hard with a side that lost 9 players. This is a patched-up test side. They were written off by everybody, and why wouldn't they on some of their performances? But boy, oh boy, they've outgunned them, they've out-kicked them, they've out-tackled them, they've outplayed Australia today, and here they go again. There's no stopping this side. Oh, yes, they will. The referee will stop them. It's about the only one that can.
Well, that ball had to go 10 metres or 10 yards, and it didn't. Great Britain picked it up.
Well, look at this support. Here's the kick-off again for you. Australia hanging off it, of course, but boom. Well, I tell you what, this ground will go berserk here at the end of this. The English supporters have paid a lot of money and flown a long way to be here to savour this moment. Bella, another man that's savouring the moment, Ray French.
I really am savouring this moment, Darryl, and really 1-13 or 1-14 with Brian Case on. This is a proud moment, and I think at last we've resurrected International Rugby League. We've shown what a true test match really should be about. The traditions here of these Ashes matches. This has been a marvellous test match.
Gregory on the ball again, and I agree with you. Rugby League needed to be stabilised internationally, and this side has done that this afternoon. Australia have won the series, but Great Britain look to have this one wrapped up. They get the World Cup points and they'll meet again in that final, and Ray, that'll be a beauty.
Well, it should be a beauty, Darryl, but we've got to beat New Zealand a week tomorrow over in Christchurch, and that really is the crucial match. I think we still need 2 more points to get in there.
Okay, our information said if you won here today, you would play Australia. That might not be correct. Australia now chasing the ball deep down through Gary Jack. 6 minutes remaining. The score 26-12. Jackson. Stevenson with some good defensive work. Borton. Back for Eddinghausen. Slow motion stuff at the moment from Australia.
Well, I think Australia realises they can't win this test match, and I think they're just playing out time.
I'll pick a man of the match. I give it to Malcolm Reilly. He's really had a team chopped up. Criticised. We've got no patrons here. What it should have had. If this has been a full... If we could have predicted Great Britain win, it would have been 40,000 here. Congratulations to Malcolm Reilly.
Yeah, but apart from that, Jack, and apart from the ticket prices and apart from everything else, it is a disappointing thing to think that this stadium is only half full for this match this afternoon. And Sydney people, I don't know why you're not here, but you're missing one of the best games we've seen in a long, long time.
Well, I'll give you 6 reasons why they're not here. Probably the money value to get here, and the previous performance of Great Britain wasn't great.
And here they go again, throwing the ball around. Henderson Gill, can he keep going? He's through Gary Jack, but it's a forward pass. A forward pass. Throws the head back. Oh, is he keen?
It was a fair decision. Went forward.
Is he keen? Here we go. The pass from Ellery Hanley. Well, yeah. There's been a couple thrown today that he's pulled up for or let go. Anyway, Ellery Hanley doing a bit of waving. I'd say somebody else will be out on the field shortly. Only 4 minutes and a bit remaining. Right, Australia now charging back into the Great Britain defensive line. Canescu. Bobby Lindner. Back for Bacco. O'Connor. O'Connor. Half a little break, but Hanley gets him.
Could be try time here. No, fumbled again.
Well, Lewis has missed a lot of ball this afternoon. He seemed to have a look then too. Took his eyes off it, and it went loose. Gary Jack has now got it. Lewis out for Borton, wrapped up by Gregory pretty quickly, gets a pass away to Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen onto O'Connor. O'Connor turns it back inside to Pearce. Pearce wrapped up by Gregory and also Lachlan. Sloppy play the ball, but it still comes back to Borton. A long floater out for Jackson. They get it on to Canescu. He's taken ball and all by Stevenson. And the scrum will pack midway between the quarter and the half, Great Britain's end of the ground. Hume. 2 minutes 32 remaining. So Great Britain certainly have got this wrapped up at 26-12. And I'm telling you, this ground will explode with Union Jacks at the end of this. Powell. Out of one. Powell is still running hard. Hume on for Ellery Hanley. Hanley coming through. He's been down 2 or 3 times. It's been a courageous performance from him. Gets it on to Hume. He's pulled something in the leg because he pulled up real quick. He can't play the ball. He's pulled something in his knee or his calf. You can just see he pulls it here. He's running, and all of a sudden you feel it there. The twinge. He's done a little prop there, and there it is. As soon as he's propped, he's you can see the pain on his face. The Union Jack has waited a long time to fly high in rugby league circles internationally. Boy, oh boy, it's flying high this afternoon. Eddinghausen. has Offia there. Races past Offia quite easily, but they come back and get him and play just into Great Britain's half. 1:24 on the clock. Comes out for Bella. This is Curry. Turns it back inside for Bobby Limner. 1:04 on the clock. Borton. With this defence has worked hard all day. Case is in there. Ward is in there. Another strong game from Ward.
There's been a lot of good players there for Great Britain. I think they're going to come up with a try Australia.
Tony Curry gets it back for Jackson and on to Lewis. Can Australia go in the dying seconds? This is Belcher. Belcher, last tackle Australia. Lewis gets one for Gary Jack, but straight away he's belted down. The ball goes loose and Great Britain have fallen on it. Malcolm really, he just wants to hear the siren. That's all he wants to hear.
Well, we've got 20 seconds left, and we've got 4 plays left for Great Britain. There'll be 4 runs from dummy half. Congratulations, Great Britain.
Ford. Mick, your summary?
Well, I think they've definitely been the better side today. They've come out prepared to work in defence. They've been creative in attack. Whereas Australia have come up, their discipline with the ball has been very ordinary today, and it's something we don't expect from the Australian side.
It's all over. Ray French is delighted. The English flags will fly here now. Malcolm, really, what a great moment for him. And look at the Union Jack flying high. Strong emotion here at the Sydney Football Stadium. They've waited a long, long time, and this little man had a lot to do with it. He's had a marvellous game. Mike Gregory, a great game. Ellery Hanley, courageous, been down a number of times and came back. Laughlin's played the best game we've seen him play in this country today. And here's the traditional swapping of jumpers. Hume and Lewis swapping jumpers. The 2 number 6s. And this is a great moment for Rugby League internationally, believe you me. That's in no way being detrimental to Australia's loss, but the game needs to be strong internationally.
Nine's fascinating premiere series continues, examining man's beginnings along the mighty Yellow River. Our World, Sunday 6:30 on Channel 9.
Hey, here comes another one. She's a sugarless C. See you later.
She's Mega B, that's me.
Oh, she's got multi written all over her.
Could be all 3.
I hope she's B complex. I'm tired of standing around.
Oh, you've only been here 5 minutes. I've been here since lunchtime.
She's definitely looking for us. These other brands have been here since Tuesday.
Well, we'll soon find out. Here she is. Over here, Mum.
Mega B.
Multi.
B complex.
Sugarless C.
Synovus. High-quality vitamins at a budget price at your supermarket for people with vitamin deficiencies. Synovus.
It's our wedding anniversary, and I thought I'd buy my wife one of these.
Oh, 500-watt angle grinder. It should be a nice surprise, son.
Yes, it will. She's expecting a fur coat.
This month, BBC has nice surprises with cashback offers on Black & Decker products. B&D angle grinders only $98 at BBC, less $10 cashback. Workmate, the extra pair of hands you can take with you anywhere, $105 and $10 cashback. This B&D Powerhouse circular saw, ideal for the home craftsman, $189 at BBC with $20 cashback.
She's got lots of good ideas, like the games she plays.
That was fun. It's nearly 4. What about a Milky Way?
Our favourite Milky Way.
Delicious milk chocolate on the outside, with its centre whipped till it's all light and fluffy, so it won't fill them up.
We love Milky Way, and our mum.
Milky Way, also with new caramel flavour. The treat you can enjoy between meals without ruining your appetite.
Andy?
Yes, Lisa?
I remember how you used to look, you know, when you had a body.
I think we just got off on the taste of things and forgot all about our bodies.
What are you doing?
I'm pouring Sultana bran.
2 scoops of sultanas.
Delicious. But the good thing for us is the bran. High fibre is just what our bodies have been missing.
Kellogg's Sultana bran makes you feel good all over.
Andy?
Yes, Lisa?
It doesn't matter who you are. If you've suffered strong pain, you know it does more than just hurt. It can really make you feel alone. That's when Panadeine can help. Panadeine, with gentle-to-the-stomach paracetamol, plus the strength of codeine, is formulated specifically for strong pain. So if strong pain strikes, take Panadine. It can help you join the world again.
Use only as directed, as prolonged use without medical supervision may be harmful.
Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree that we've been privileged to see one of the great Ashes Test matches between Great Britain and Australia, a match which has done a great deal to restore the pride in the Great Britain's Lions. A magnificent effort, and to present the Winfield Man of the Match for today's match, may I now present to you Mr. Stan Costigan from Rothford.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Winfield Man of the match today, and deservedly so, is that half-back from Great Britain, tough, aggressive and courageous Andy Gregory. Congratulations, Andy, you're the man of the match.
A superb performance. And now to present the other awards for this bicentennial series, the chairman of the Australian Rugby League, Mr. Ken Arthurson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tradition in the Test series to present the Harry Sunderland medallion for the best Australian player in the series. And it's my very great pleasure to announce to you that it has been determined the best Australian player in the series for Australia is Mr. Wally Lewis.
I'd just like to thank the Australian Rugby League for this very prestigious award. It's an award that's much sought after by everybody playing rugby league here in Australia. But in doing that, I'd firstly like to congratulate the touring Great Britain side on a magnificent effort out there today. They thoroughly deserve their victory, and full congratulations go to them. And I'd like to wish them all the very best, and their coach, Malcolm Riley. It's my blokes. I'd like to thank them very much for the series. It's a very disappointing way to finish the series. I think everybody in our team would admit that we're absolutely disgraceful out there today, that we were beaten by a better side on the day. Thank you.
We'll take a commercial break and be right back, sir. You stay with us.
The men, the moves, the style, the Vice. Miami Vice is back with 1988's hot new series, Tuesday 9:30 on Channel 9.
You think I'm silly? Well, see, who's silly? Last time you sent a heavy parcel back home to England, Greece or wherever, how did you send it? Well, silly here sent his SAL, Surface Airlifted. That way it still flies, but the costs are nowhere near so high. Hey, I bet you sent yours by sea to save the airmail, didn't you? Hey? Why? Why? Silly, eh?
That's why I tell you, you'd better be home soon.
Temple of Low Men is the best album so far from Crowded House, and they're taking it on the road. Better be home late than never.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Crowded House Live. Better be home late than never. State Theatre, Monday, August 22nd. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketek outlets for Crowded House Live.
There are special moments that you wish could happen every day. That tender touch, that winning smile, mean more than words can say. And Arnott's chocolate biscuits are the ones they love the best. Tim Tam, mid-slice, fruit and nut. You wouldn't give them less. Yes, Arnott's chocolate biscuits are the ones they love the best.
Protect your car and save during dollar days at Kmart. Engine protection, 5 litres of Valvoline XLD Premium Motor Oil, value at $11. Protection inside and out. Armour All Protectant 250ml spray pack, only $5. And complete protection against theft. The Club Auto Lock, an unbeatable $59. Don't get locked out. Rush in now for car care savings during dollar days at Kmart.
Thanks for suggesting this place for dinner. I really like it.
Me too. I always find the atmosphere
Comfortable?
yes, comfortable.
The service is always good too.
Absolutely.
Let's see if what they say is true.
What?
That Matus goes with everything.
Welcome back to the Sydney Football Stadium for the third test, Australia versus Great Britain. Let's remind you of the score. Great Britain have defeated Australia 26 points to 12. Now, the tries for Australia went to Lewis and Bacco. The tries for Great Britain, Offia, Ford, Gill scored 2 of them, and Mike Gregory scored 1. The goals are there for you. O'Connor 2 from 2, and Lachlan 3 from 5. So it was a convincing win. Now, the Footy Tab results picked the result provisional dividend $1,156.20. So somebody's made a little bit of money there. And I guess they'd be pretty happy about that. Well, Jack, I guess there'll be a few Great Britain supporters around tomorrow morning with some sore heads.
Well, the result was good. That's the beauty of sports, the unpredictability of it. I congratulate certainly their coach, their captain who played great, and the 2 Gregorys, and everybody contributed. That certainly make that trip to New Zealand much more enjoyable, and the referee. He improved 100%, so I give him 5 out of 10.
Well, Mick, you know, this game has always been unpredictable as sport is, but it really has done a lot now for international rugby league.
It definitely has. It's always been the best matches, Australia versus Great Britain test matches. I think the only disappointing part about the one today, if we'd come here at 1-1, we'd have had 40,000 people here. But really all you can do is congratulate Great Britain. I don't think there's a bad player out there for them today, and you know, I think they've realised now if they just concentrate on playing football, there's still a chance of matching Australia.
Well, of course, we've still got the World Cup game coming up, but the Australia versus the rest game, Jack, is going to be a special game. It looks like a pretty solid side they're putting together. Graham Lowe will coach that side, and he's had success against us before.
Well, what it has done is left more Great Britain players in. Previous to that, they probably pulled a few more Frenchmen out, a couple more New Zealanders. But on that performance, we're going to see a lot more of a Great Britain.
All right, Jack, and thanks, Mick, for your help right throughout the series. And that game we're talking about, Australia playing the rest of the world, will be played here at the Sydney Football Stadium on July 27. So don't forget that one. Well, that's about it from the stadium this afternoon. By gee, we've had a marvellous game of rugby league. We hope that you've enjoyed it. I'll join Mark Warren tomorrow for Sports Sunday. I'll hope you'll join us then. That's 4 o'clock right around Australia. But right now, on behalf of Mick Cronin, Jack Gibson, all the crew here, it's good night from Nines Wide World of Sports.
Tonight on MTV, we're expecting Weird Al Yankovic to break into our telecast as our special guest VJ from the studios of Al TV, with his celebrity guests including Sting and George Harrison. We've got brand new videos to bring you tonight from Robert Palmer, Mr. Cool Brian Ferry, the Tartan Terror Rod Stewart, and the long-form video of Age of Reason from John Farman. We take an exclusive look at Michael Jackson and we find out who's going to win that trip to see Michael live in concert in London. We talk to James Rain and look at brand new videos from Steve Winwood, Gina Shock, Fisher Zed, Wet Wet Wet, and we meet hypnotist Sam Vine, who put Whitney Houston under a spell. We've got the latest videos from Dragon, Elton John, Gloria Estefan, Philip Glass, and a whole lot more tonight on MTV. Yes, good evening to you. Thanks for your company and welcome to another action-packed edition of MTV live around Australia on the Nine Network. It's a really big show tonight, so please plan on spending the evening right where you are now. We've got a whole lot of good music and we're going to be crossing shortly to the studios of Al TV, but we do seem to be having a few technical problems with the satellite. How are we getting on? Problems?
Hi, Al here. Sorry to interrupt like this, but I just wanted to let you know that I'll be taking over this channel for a while. Nothing to worry about. I've got my pirate satellite broadcasting system working here, and everything seems to be under control. So for the next couple hours, I'll be bringing you up to date on all the latest breaking news and interview some of my close personal friends in the music biz, and I'll even world premiere my brand new video. But most of all, I'll be playing all the stuff that I want to watch. So sit down, shut up, and hang on to your seats, because this is Al TV! Al TV, the channel that plays music videos until I get tired and decide to stop. Is Al News. And this hour, Al TV is proud to bring you a special segment of Al News. We're going to recap some of the highlights of last month's Rock Video Olympics. Not long ago, rock and roll stars from all over the world converged on Seoul, South Korea to take part in a series of grueling athletic competitions. And of course, the Al TV cameras were there to capture all the action. Let's take a look. There was a big turnout for the cross-country run, but once again, Sting far outdistanced the competition. But nobody could come close to Belinda Carlisle's pals in the running in place while blindfolded and carrying a globe event. Incredible, just incredible. Another popular event, Walking on Water, drew a large following, as it does every year. Heavy metal groups fared well in the woman catching competition. Yes, excellent form. And as always, there was stiff competition in the crotch grabbing category. Look at that technique. Of course, all the traditional events were there, like feather blowing and guitar licking, but some new ones were represented as well. Richard Marx took home 2 awards, one for the incredible feat of driving his car around the rim of a giant glass, and the other for walking as slowly as you can while your clothes are on fire. And let's not forget Rick Springfield's brilliant performance in the catching a paper airplane without looking competition. What a guy! Famous girlfriend Tawny Katane wowed the crowd and easily snatched the gold in every event involving acrobatics on the hoods of expensive cars. And newcomer Tiffany astounded everyone by breaking the world record for going around and around on a luggage carousel. Yes, it was an exciting afternoon, and Al TV was proud to be part of that great rock and roll tradition. Excuse me, I just got handed this bulletin from the Al TV news department. Apparently, George Michael is still not gay. And even if he were, it wouldn't be anybody's business. That's enough of that. Well, anyway, right now we've got a very special guest in the Al TV studios. Our old pal Sting decided to drop by, so I thought I'd put him on the spot here. Are you ready for a little interview, Sting?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great. Well, first of all, I hear you were in a group called The Police. What exactly did you do?
I was a musician.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's talk about your first solo album. When you were recording... Sting, you got something on your nose there. Okay. On your first solo album... No, it's still there. There, you got it. Now, when you were recording your first solo album, did you... no, you still got a little... That's it. Now... I forgot where I was. Well, anyway, Sting, I'm sorry, but Sting is kind of a stupid name. Do you mind if I call you Bob?
Oh, absolutely.
Great. Okay, Bob, what's your favorite TV show of all time?
Real People.
Oh, yeah, Sarah Purcell, Byron Allen, that was great. Say, how do you feel when people come up to you on the street and rub dog food in your face?
I find that very upsetting, actually.
How about if they put a paper bag over your head and forced you to bark like a chicken?
I don't respond to that very well at all.
Well, no wonder everyone thinks you're such a stick in the mud.
Well, they think of me as a serious person, but I'm hilarious sometimes, you know.
Oh, really? Well, let's see the funniest face you can make. Hey, that's pretty good. Now let's play Simon Says, okay? Simon Says, clean the wax out of your ears. Simon Says, do this. Good. Now pick your nose and wipe it in your hair. Ah, I didn't say Simon Says. Now, you were involved with Live Aid. That must have been an incredibly spiritual experience. I can't even imagine it. After the show was over, what did everybody do?
Start flicking each other's private parts with towels.
Well, I hear that you ran into your old bandmate, Andy Summers, recently. He must be very happy about your success as a solo artist.
He basically said he wanted to smash my head against the wall.
Do you remember what it was like when you were an embryo?
It seems like a lifetime ago.
How do you feel about flossing your teeth?
It's what I enjoy doing. It's what I wake up and look forward to doing.
Tell me a little about your reggae influences.
Well, you know, I mean, reggae's been in the subculture for a long time, you know, from My Boy Lollipop onwards. It's not something that...
Ah! Oh, did I scare you? I'm sorry. Go on about the reggae... Oh, never mind. What do you think about Barry Manilow?
He was the first black person I'd seen live. Is that the wrong answer?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, sorry.
You know, you're really screwing up this interview.
I thought I was doing rather well.
Yeah. Well, how would you say the Beatles are different from the New York Mets?
The Beatles are better songwriters.
Say, I was just wondering, have you heard my new album yet?
It was great.
Oh, you liked it. What did your band think of it?
We all went crazy. I don't know why. We just went bananas.
Would you say it's a funnier album than Sgt. Pepper's?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Would you say it's better than anything you ever did?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, thanks. Say, what do you like better, the LP or the CD version?
Oh, I like them both.
Yeah, hard choice. Well, it looks like we're just about out of time, but I want to thank you for a lovely interview. And here's a nice lollipop for being such a good little boy.
You know, I'm 36 years old. I'm not a kid.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm afraid you'll have to run along now. You'll understand when you grow up.
But I am grown up.
Come on, Bob. We got to get on with the show. Geez, how long do you want this interview to go on?
Until we're too old and stupid to